Arnes, you know how much I love Godzilla, right?
Yeah.
What's the one thing that could make Godzilla better?
Boobies?
Boobies. Listen up, Rangers! Welcome to the Geek Chest. My name's Steve.
My name is Arnes.
And today, Godzilla's attacking me.
God.
But today we are going to be going over one episode of Monster Musume. Usually we like to do full anime reviews or try to get a impression on the anime watching a few of them. But because this episode was so special, we decided just to go straight into just one episode, which is episode 10 of Monster Musume.
So, wait a minute. Usually, we watch a few episodes before we judge this, right?
Yeah.
But, first episode we saw this TV show was good enough for us to give you our...
seal of approval.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Seal of approval. If you're old enough, by the way.
Yeah, I was like, I recommend you being closer to 18 at least.
Yeah. Just one episode. And then we watch the second episode. We can tell you from that second episode too. And then so on and so forth, you know? Yeah. And then we came to episode 10, I think it was 11.
Yeah, because this anime's pretty much full-blown hentai. It's like on the verge of hentai.
But there's a scene in this episode that was just like, okay, this is right now.
Yeah,
just
this is
moved up on my top 10.
This is for all you kaiju fans out there, because pretty much we're just going to go over the episode. It's kind of a weird setup because they're having like a barbecue in the middle of the woods, because they're trying to get away from the house because he got a threatening letter, which they're trying to get out the attacker a little bit, but just to keep him safe. They only have him with a few monsters at pretty much different intervals of the next few episodes, plus this one. So he's with Poppy, Sue, and the zombie chick. I can't remember her name off the top of my head.
Don't matter. She was like, me, just pretty much.
just shoving that meat in her mouth. But,
she was winning.
Yeah. But then what happens is a giant, like, tree monster shows up, starts wrecking everything, steps on the zombie chick, throws everybody around. Come to find out, it's one of Poppy's friends that she forgot about.
That she planted.
Yeah, because she's a dryad, which is like a plant person thing. But because, come to find out that there's actually contaminations in the forest, which is like this like super nutrient that was illegally dumped there, made her go from this like cute little girl to stupid huge big boob chick.
Yeah.
But for the most part, she just looks like a giant tree monster, but like the face opens up to reveal her in all of her glory.
All of the glory.
All the glory. And what ends up happening is she's like, oh, humans are bad. Poppy's like, no, Master's awesome. She's like, no, even though she's your master, not awesome. But what happens is Sue actually ends up getting knocked into the same nutrients. And then she gets to get stupid huge. And just to show you guys what I'm talking about, covering up Arnes for a second, as you can see here, initially the tail shot, and it becomes more of a VHS quality, which is the first part that was just like, this is going to be sweet. Because you just see the trademark Godzilla spines, and then it goes up to a full shot of her, and it's just like, oh, so pretty.
Hey, don't forget that part where the tree girl throws Poppy and she lands right in between Sue.
Yeah, right in between her boobs.
Yeah.
And then she also shoots atomic breath, too. It's so sweet.
Oh, it's amazing. I have to watch this.
Yeah, there's some kaiju fighting where they're fighting back and forth. The Darling and Poppy are handing off of her boobs for the entire time, and they're just shaking back. It was like the physics it makes you laugh so hard watching this thing.
It was amazing. And then there's parts we can't talk about.
Yeah, we can't really talk about because it involves.
Let's
just say there was some something that a baby usually would do.
Yeah, you got to suck the nutrients out.
Yep, gotta suck all the nutrients out. Eventually, they do end up beating her. She starts to like some humans, especially Darling Kun.
Poor guy.
She said he could probably do it again. It was nice. It's like, what?
Yeah,
what'd you do to that poor little girl?
Because like this character is like just like a little girl that looks like Poppy.
Yeah.
Until you plant her and then she gets bigger, and then that nutrition dump waste made her like 10 times her normal size. So when she shrunk down to this little size, you're looking at this like little cute kid that he just sucked on. And
yeah. And it's so bad that it's good. But the main reason I just love this episode is for the inclusion of Suzilla, which is just big bonus points for the show, because especially with it being called Monster Musume and Monster Key in the title, it's really awesome that they actually added like some kaiju elements to it, having the giant monster fights.
Still, the best thing is when they actually like introduced her and she just goes into the whole scene and it's the VHS quality.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was like,
there's that, and then pretty much what we're gonna call the money shot of the episode is when the zombie chick comes out, just like, what's going on? And Poppy's tied up. Sue's getting her nutrients sucked out of her because the dry's getting her nutrients sucked out of her.
yeah, it was. Yeah.
Cough, cough. Miggy, what are you doing here? Stop
Exactly.
it, Miggy.
Like we're at a lunch break at work,
Yeah.
and we're watching this, and I'm like not paying as much attention on meeting, and then I look up and I was like, oh, there's so much bondage going on in here. Like, what's
This
going
is the
on?
best episode ever. And then pretty much how they've been doing the full episodes as of right now is they're kind of like 2 episodes in one, because you pretty much get like your first about 12 minutes is one section, next 12 minutes is going to be like another chapter of the manga. And then for the second part of it is him going on a date with Centorea, which I know Arnes is not a big fan, which can't really get over the horse rear end.
I'm sorry. I can't get over that. It's probably my most disliked character in that
I actually
show.
still really like the character, though. At least as a character. And her upper body looks perfectly fine. But it's just, like, I love how she's more of, like, the bold one, like, very devoted character.
Oh, she's bold.
Yeah, and also she's definitely more shy in terms of, like, dating scenarios and stuff. Like, she's pretty adorable.
But she was like, entire episode was like, wah, I'm useless. Wah.
Yeah, when you first introduced her in this episode, she's wearing, like, that giant suit of armor. It's just, like, the breastplate out. It's just, like, out to here.
I remember that one scene where she's like, I don't know why everybody's looking at me. It's because I'm a centaur. And it's just like...
Oh, yeah, one of the earlier episodes. Was just, I'm pretty sure it's not because of that.
No, it wasn't.
But essentially, mainly what this episode is just them two kind of getting a little bit closer. Like, it's just them spending some time bonding, while also trying to lure out the person that
You do
said
not need to
Dolly
bond
the
with that
actual...
You don't need to bond with that thing.
Yeah, all the
trust me.
bonding. Trying to lure out his, I'm not going to say attacker, but the person that wants to harm him.
Threatens him.
Yeah, the one that threatened him. And what ends up happening is they meet, like, this little devil girl named Lilith, where she actually, when they go to the picnic, which the devil girl kind of had a run-in with the Cyclops girl, too, because she ran away, and the Cyclops girl was like, that's another girl that ran away from me. Scaring all the children.
You'd think with only one eye she would have horrible, like, that perception and everything. But
Yeah, you think it'd be hard, but then again, she's like, the sniper?
You know what? We're just gonna go
Yeah,
with
we're
it.
just gonna roll with it. It's
Yeah.
fine. She's awesome. But come to find out, she actually has some like hypnotic effects that she could put on people. Because what happens is when they're on the picnic, Centorea kind of runs off on her own because she ended up making this like tuna sandwiches, but she did a pretty piss poor job at it. Darling Kun didn't really like it, and then Arachne shows up, and she's the one that actually states that your food sucks. Which I still say she's my favorite character by far.
Second favorite.
Oh, Arachne's awesome. Her and Mia.
Suzilla.
Though Sue has definitely risen up the ranks.
Suzilla.
So, Centorea runs off, meets up with Lilith, gets hypnotized, comes back to Dolly-kun, and pretty much almost tries to, I'm gonna say rape him. Pretty much just like strips, gets on top of the dude, and the guy's like, what's going on? This is gonna get bad. Goes to shove her off, grabs her boobs. He's like, I can't stop myself.
Reminds me of certain OVAs.
Yeah, Kenki.
Keep going.
He's just looking at him. He's just like, I don't see a problem here. But what ends up happening is, before any real giggity action happens, Boar shows up, lures out Lilith, and Darling-kun and Centorea have to end up stopping the boar, but draws out Lilith, and then Arachne gets her hands on her. And then there's a whole little thing with Centorea, her being like, but I just want to be useful to you. He's like, you're always going to be useful. He climbs on top of her, he's like, my ankle hurts, can you take me home? And that's when she starts to get a better appreciation for her master.
He's like, I can ride you.
More ways than one.
Gross.
And then Arachne ends up torturing Lilith, trying to get some information out of her.
Which is the best part of this episode, by the way.
It's so wrong.
She's like, I'm not lying to you. I'm telling you the truth. Please punish me now. And she just pulls on this thing, and it's like, yeah.
Money shots. But overall, for the episode, the second half definitely was still good. Just not nearly as good as the Suzilla portion. At least for me, because especially with, like, having these guys in my collection. It just brings back some nostalgia with some fun little twists to it as well.
Definitely, for all the Godzilla fans, they have to watch this. Even if you never watched anime before, you need to watch this.
Yeah, I can see it kind of turn off some people too, but you're like, sweet Godzilla. Oh, I don't think I'm supposed to have these feelings towards them.
Talking about our next movie review, we'll talk about Godzilla having feelings towards people. Spoiler. I'm stopped.
I don't think I should put that in, because this will probably come out after it. So, in the end, definitely would still recommend checking out this show. Again, if you guys haven't watched our other review, just somewhere. But really love the show.
It'll be in here somewhere.
Yeah, give the first episode a try. If you don't like it after the first episode, probably not going to like the rest of them, because it doesn't really change much after that fact.
But just go to episode 10, because you have to watch that part.
Yeah, it is
even just the first 12 minutes.
But what do you guys think? If you guys watch episode 10 of Monster Musume, please let us know in the comments below. Help us defeat those kaijus by hitting that like button. Subscribe to become a ranger today. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.
Alright, so what are we doing today?
I don't know. This one.
Same thing we do every night.
Try to take over the world, one subscriber at a time.
The Steven and Arnes, Nes. Zoinks,
I'm pretty sure half our subscriber base does not know what the hell we're talking about.
If you do, let us know.
Please.
I want to know if you're awesome or not.
WB. Hey, Arnes, you know how much I love Godzilla.
Oh, sorry.
God damn. I was just like, really? Really? That's the first thing that popped in my head. I'm like, oh, I get it. Jokes. I
know I can't contain myself. I look at your face and I laugh all the time.
Sometimes he yells at me that I take too long because I talk too much. Then there's this shit.
Well, this shit you edit. This stuff you edit, so it's okay.
Maybe.